What is up, guys? Killerkev, and today on this particular 8-bit tutorial we are going to be doing Miss Marvel. Now there's many different variations of this. Obviously if you've seen the thumbnail, that is what we're going to be going for. If you haven't, then I suggest you look at the thumbnail before we do it, because obviously people have different interpretations of what Miss Marvel looks like. I've gone for one of her many skins which are out through the year. I mean, if you look at so many other different variations of her, there are quite a few, which is a little bit strange, so don't be surprised if you see this character again on this channel. But yeah, guys, just like to give you a heads up as well, guys, that obviously if you do get stuck in any part of my tutorials, or this tutorial in particular, you can always go back in the video and have a little look. So I do apologise if sometimes you may get a little bit lost, or I change certain things, or something happens like that. But just take your time, enjoy it, and just relax, pretty much. So I'm going to give you a rundown of the colours before we start. It would help. Is we're going to be using black wool, we're going to be using grey wool, red wool, we're going to be using white stained clay, we're going to be using yellow wool, and obviously wool, but sometimes, I like to call it white wool. I have no idea why, but you'll probably hear me say that, so just a little disclaimer before we start. So as always, guys, I never build anything on the floor. I don't know why, I just don't like the look of it. Building stuff on the floor just looks horrible. I mean, yes, a building obviously has to be on the floor, but for like pixel art, just elevate it up. You wouldn't put the canvas on the floor. You want to let people see eye level. It's nice. Just elevate it, guys. Make sure it looks good. So we're just going to do a starting block here. Now, usually what we do is we would do 2 lines of 9. Now this doesn't happen in this particular build. So we're going to start off with 1 block like so. And we're going to make this an extra 2 on top, so 3 high, and obviously the middle one. This is going to be our left foot, so we're going to peek it out to the left like so. A little bit weird, you're probably thinking. It is. So grab a miscellaneous block, can be anything, so let's just go yellow. Come along from the heel here. Yes, I said heel, a little bit weird. 1, 2, 3 along. Black block. Again, just mimic the exact same thing you've just done over here, but just coming out facing this way. Crazy, I know. Crazy, crazy. You can move those yellows now. And then after that, we're trying to make a triangle just in the middle here, just to connect it. Something like that. After you've done that, what we're going to do is come down a visible stair step from these peaks here, like so. Exactly the same thing on this side as well, on the peaks like so. And these need to be 6 blocks along, so 3, 4, 5, 6. Same thing on this side as well. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1 on the ends, which we usually would do anyway. So 1 on the ends like so. Make sure you switch to your grey wool. Just come all the way along here and just fill that in with your grey wool like so. After done that, we're going to come up 1 and into the grey here. 1. Then we're going to come up invisible stair set. We're going to make it a line of 2 though, so something like that. Exactly the same thing on this side as well. Make it 2. Invisible stair set 3 in now. So 1, 2, 3. Exactly the same thing on the other side as well. 1, 2, 3. And grab your red and just come along and just make a line all the way along, which should be 5. So 3, 4, 5, which it is, like so. And the top ones here, just add an extra 2. So 1, 2. Same thing on the side, 1, 2, to make a 3, like so. So again, obviously, we're going to need to make a belt. So from this left hand side here, we're just going to come all the way down invisible stair sets, probably an extra 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, like so. There we go. Let's do a little bit of skin here, because everyone likes a little bit of skin. So from the left to the triangles now, so this bit here, we're going to come up 1 along, 1 up, 1 coming out to either side. So obviously this side would come in, this side is left, and this side would coming out to the right. So again, same thing, 1 up, 1 along, 1 left. Now this side is an extra block, so just come up an extra 1 like so. Now the rest of that whole entire bit in there, be careful you don't fill in those bits as well, it's just grey. So just come along from a sort of a longer look here, just fill that in with it grey like so. Then make sure not to just fill her heels in, because obviously it's the pattern there. So there we go. Yeah, something like that. Looks like it's sexy already. After you've done that, switch back to your black. What we're going to be doing is becoming invisible stair set out from these particular sort of 3 lines here. You can make that extra 2, so 3 along and 1 on top, and then 1 in the middle we're going to come down to 1, 2. So you should have a little pattern like that. It looks really weird, but we're going to do exactly the same thing on the other side as well. So scoot all the way over there. So invisible stair up. We're going to make that 2 high. Same thing on this side. Come along 2, 1, 2, and obviously the middle one is going to come down 2 as well. 1, 2. Again, exactly the same thing on the other side, like so. Again, we can put a miscellaneous block underneath, so white, and then we're going to come out to the build now, so 3, 1, 2, 3, miscellaneous block again, and we're going to come 4 high. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's exactly the same thing on the other side. So again, underneath this bit here, miscellaneous block, can be anything, but yellow if you like. Come on 3, 1, 2, 3, miscellaneous block. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. Remove those miscellaneous blocks now from either side, like so. We should have the start of 2 hands, which we do. Okay, that's where it gets a little bit tricky, because it kind of, a hair is kind of integrated with the shoulders, and the shoulders are integrated with the head. It's really quite weird, this top half, so, you know, and obviously this bit in particular here is weird. If you're new to the channel, we normally wouldn't do a pattern like this. It's kind of different, it's kind of weird, so I do apologise if you are kind of freaking out a little bit, but obviously, as I said at the beginning of the video, guys, you can pause it and go back at any time you like. It's entirely up to you. So, let's work from the left here. So let's come up visible stair set 1. And then what we're going to do after that is we're going to come with our yellow and come 2 to the right of that. And then 2 white stained clay. 1, 2. We should sit on top of this pattern in total. 2 underneath like so. Yeah, why not? Like that. Then 1 up and 1 along like that. Another pattern we're going for there. Put black on top of that one, on the back on the side. Like that. Then we're going to come down again, as you can tell, visible stair sets, another visible stair set here, to make this 5 long in total, until it connects, which it has. Awesome. White stained clay. And then we're going to put just a white stained clay of 2 by 3 high in total, so like that. And then you just want your black sort of sitting on top and on either side, like so, which we usually would do anyway. And then obviously invisible stair sets, 2 down like so, to connect to the hand. Pretty easy. So that whole entire bit there, you can fill it in with your grey, but what we're going to do is fill it in with the grey, and then we're going to add a little bit of detailing to the chest. So let's do that now. So let's fill up her gloves here with the standard grey wool. So it's obviously fill in her chest, but we'll come back to do the little bit of detailing in a minute. So let's do that now. So just fill it all in. Like so. There we go. Exactly the same thing on the other side of the hand as well. Just fill that in. A little bit more grey than the other side, because obviously it's weird. I don't know how it works, but it's weird. So from the middle one here, middle one of her chin line, so obviously the third one, however way or side you want to count in. So underneath you want to put a yellow, and then we're just going to zigzag. So we're going to come left to right to left, like so, till it meets to the red belt, like so. Now we can actually start making a head, which is a little bit tricky and a little bit weird. But let's just do her face first, and then afterwards we'll just do a hair, an outline of a head, and then we'll fill it all in. So from this one here, obviously from the peak of the black on the left, we're going to come 1 to the right with the white stained clay, and we're going to make that 3 high in total. Then we're going to do is switch to our grey, come 1 to the right as well, make it 2 high. Then we're going to come a yellow on top, switch to our grey, come 2 along with the grey to the right, 1, 2. Invisible stair set down, 1, 2. And under that we're going to come just a white stained clay underneath. You can actually add a grey to the left and to the right of this build, like so. After that, just want to extend this all the way along till it connects, like so. Obviously got this large pattern here, which will be an eye, and the same thing on this side as well. Make it 2, and then you can put a yellow, and then we can put a black, like so. This black you can just carry on forever. It doesn't really matter, because obviously it will self-level out. So just go as high as you want. Obviously a head's not going to be that big, but just carry on like that, just to give you an outline on what's going on there. And an extra 3 of yellow, so make it a 4, like so. Obviously we're going to add a grey to the left hand side, and then we're going to obviously mimic the exact same sort of pattern we're doing here. It's coming down with the visible stair set, like so. Pretty damn cool. So as you can tell, these are 2 eyes. You can just fill those in with your white now, like so. Beautiful with your wool. And with the 3 here underneath the first eyelid that we did, which is the left hand wide, the first 2 on the right, we can just come along with 2 red, like so, which is obviously going to be her lips, which is pretty damn cool. So that small section there between the lips and obviously the rest of the build in here, we can actually just fill in with our white stained clay. So let's do that now, like so. And obviously this bit here we can actually just extend up, so we're just going to come all the way along here, make it level, an extra 3, and then a 1 in the middle, like so. Now the rest of this is actually going to be a hair, but we're going to leave that alone in a moment. And we're going to carry on with the outline of her skeleton of a head, which is going to be all the way over this side, which is a little bit crazy. So from the left hand side here, the furthest block, the peak up, we're going to come out 1 invisible stair set, and we're going to come 4 high total. I'm going to come invisible stair set up 1 now to make 2. Invisible stair set only 1, then the next one is going to be a 2. We come at 1, and the next one is going to be 1, but it's going to be coming in now, so 2, and then on top of here we're going to come all the way along 7. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Down invisible recess at 1, down invisible recess at 2. And as I said last time, you know, it doesn't need to go that mad, but you can obviously tell where the outline of her hair would be if you just did it there. So we'll see that invisible recess that comes down there and connects all the way down along till it connects to the last block, which we just did on there, just to make our yellow there. Now this whole entire section in here, I know it's going to seem a little bit crazy, but just fill it in with yellow, the whole of her hair. I mean, you can change it for gold, it's entirely up to you, or whatever colour that you want. I mean, as I say, there's many different versions of Miss Marvel out there. I mean, obviously I'm playing that game at the moment, and she doesn't look anything like this, so there's many versions of Miss Marvel, so you can change the colours however you like. No one's going to judge you as long as you put up a little sign saying what it is, because I don't think a lot of people actually know who Miss Marvel is. I think it's kind of the old gen that actually know who it is. But yeah, there we go. So there you go, guys, there is Miss Marvel. If you did enjoy, hit me up with that like and that comment. But until the next one, guys, Killerkev here, and Killerkev out.